Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Before I introduce myself, my name is Diah Ramadhani with student number 2341263 from Class Akati 23A. In this video, I will explain the material on decision making in various conditions in the decision making theory course. Introduction. Decision making is the process of choosing the best alternative to achieve a goal. However, decisions are not always made in the same situation. Sometimes the results are clear, but sometimes they are uncertain. Because of this, it is important to understand decision making in different conditions. By understanding this condition, managers can choose the right method and reduce mistakes. Next to three main conditions of decision making. In decision-making theory, there are three main conditions: certainty, risk, and uncertainty. This condition explains how much information the decision maker has about possible outcome. The level of information and predictability will influence the quality of the decision. Managers must recognize the condition before making a decision. Next to decision making under certainty. So, decision making under certainty happens when the decision maker knows exactly what will happen in the future. The outcome of each alternative are clear and predictable. For example, if a company deposits money in a bank with a fixed interest rate, the return is already known. In the condition, decision making is easier because there is no doubt about the result. Next to rational and bounded rationality. In theory, decision makers are expected to be rational, which means they choose the best alternative based on logic and complete information. However, according to Herbert Simon, people have bounded rationality. This means they have limited time, limited information, and limited ability to analyze data. Because of these limits, decision makers often choose a satisfactory solution instead of the perfect one. This concept explains why real-life decisions are not always fully rational. Next to decision making under risk. Decision making under risk happens when the decision maker knows the possible outcome, but the results are not guaranteed. In this case, probability can be calculated. For example, a company may estimate the probability of gaining profit or loss when launching a new product. Many business decisions are made under risk. Managers often use data analysis, statistics, and forecasting to reduce risks. Next to decision making under uncertainty. So, decision making under uncertainty happens when the decision maker does not know the possible outcome or their probabilities. This condition is more difficult because there is limited information. For example, during a sudden economic crisis, companies may not know how the market will react. In this situation, managers must rely on experience, intuition, and flexible strategy. Next to decision-making bias. In various conditions, decision makers can be influenced by bias. Bias is a mental shortcut that can lead to error. For example, overconfidence bias happens when someone believes too much in their own judgment. Ensuring bias happens when someone depends too much on the first information they receive. These biases can affect decisions under risk and uncertainty. Therefore, managers must be aware of psychological factors when making decisions. Next to decision making under conflict. Sometimes decisions are made under conflict. This happens when two or more parties have different interests. For example, in price competition between companies, one company's decision affects another company. This condition is often explained using game theory. One important contributor to game theory is John Nash, who explains strategic decision making between competitors. Next to tools for decision making under risk. So, under risk condition, manager can use tools such as probability analysis, decision trees, and expect value calculation. A decision tree helps visualize different alternatives and possible outcomes. These tools help managers compare options logically and choose the alternative with the highest expected benefit. Next to group decision making in different conditions. In many organizations, decisions are made in groups. Group decision making can improve quality because members share knowledge and different perspectives. It is especially useful under risk and uncertainty. However, groups can also face problems such as conflict or groupthink. Groupthink happens when members agree quickly without critical thinking. Leaders must manage discussion carefully to ensure effective decision making. Next to strategies under uncertainty. Under uncertainty, managers may use different strategies. One strategy is the optimistic approach, where the decision maker chooses the alternative with the best possible outcome. Another strategy is the pessimistic approach, where the decision maker chooses the safest option. There is also the minimax regret approach, which focuses on minimizing possible regret. The choice of strategy depends on the manager's attitude toward risk. Next importance for manager. Understanding decision making in various conditions is important for manager because business environments are dynamic and unpredictable. Economic change, technology development, and competition create risk and uncertainty. Manager who understand these conditions can respond faster and make better strategic decisions. Next to role of technology in decision making. Today, technology plays an important role in decision making under risk and uncertainty. Companies use data analytics, artificial intelligence, and decision support systems to analyze information quickly. These tools help managers predict trends and reduce error. However, technology cannot replace human judgment completely. Managers must combine data analysis with experience and ethical consideration to make responsible decisions. Next to conclusion. In conclusion, decision making can happen under certainty, risk, uncertainty, and conflict. Each condition requires a different approach and different tool. Under certainty, decisions are easy. Under risk, probabilities are used. Under uncertainty, intuition and strategy are important. By understanding these conditions, we can become better and more responsible decision maker in the future. It's all the material for me. I hope it's useful. Thank you. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.